H-Town, hold it down. Welcome into Texans Today. I am Will Scott. We're going to get into a mailbag here in a second, but first we're going to tell you what's going on with the Texans quarterback competition. Make sure you subscribe. We're almost to 4,000 subscribers. We bring you Houston Texans news and rumors all year long, so be sure to hit that subscribe button below if you want to continue to stay in the loop with all things Texans. Is C.J. Stroud winning the Texans quarterback competition? It appears to be the case. Reports out of minicamp very positive about the Texans rookie QB, C.J. Stroud. Here's what Texans Daily said about the QB battle. Mills' performance this week might give some franchises the confidence to allow him to enter training camp as the starter. But rookie quarterback C.J. Stroud has looked every bit worth the Texans' top selection in the NFL draft, and the rookie seems to be winning the battle. That's great to hear. C.J. Stroud looking good at OTAs, also looking good at minicamp. All the feedback that we're hearing, all the reviews about C.J. Stroud have been very positive. That includes DeMeco Ryans, who said this about what he's looking for maybe in a starting quarterback. For me with the quarterback, it's all about confidence. We want him to rip it. If you see it, go through the progression, your progression. If you see it, make it happen. And that's what C.J. Stroud has been doing here throughout the offseason. C.J. Stroud took first-team reps at minicamp. C.J. Stroud took first-team reps at minicamp. Here's why that's significant, right? They split first-team reps. Him and Davis Mills, they split reps at OTAs. It was all C.J. Stroud taking those first-team reps at minicamp, which is a sign that he is going to start week one, and he should start week one. This was not your third-round pick. This was the second overall pick in the NFL draft. He needs to start week one. We know what Davis Mills is. He's a below-average quarterback. We want to see what C.J. Stroud can do for this offense. It's time to start winning some football games in Houston. C.J. Stroud is your best option if you want to win games. He's your best option at QB. Who starts week one? Type CJ or type DM down in the comments section. DM for Mills, for CJ Stroud. Let me know down in the comments section who starts week one. Let's get into this mailbag. First question rolling in from Henry Simmons. What is CJ's ceiling for this season? Personally, I think it's a rookie year, Joe Shiesty, but more like Dak Prescott with room to go. You know, Henry, I'm with you. I think this can be a Joe Burrow-like rookie season for C.J. Stroud. I mean, that might be a hot take, but all these people, they're like, oh, he's a rookie quarterback. He's going to struggle in year one. As we've seen from guys like Joe Burrow, like Deshaun Watson, his rookie year as well, that's not always the case. So they can shine from day one. I think C.J. Stroud can get it done because I look at the offense around him. He's got a pretty solid offensive line. I think it's the top 10 offensive line in the league with some of the moves you've made this offseason. You have a lot of wide receivers. Your top 6 wide receivers, all pretty solid. Tank Dell and Xavier Hutchinson, you draft them. You sign Noah Brown. You also sign Robert Woods. John Mechie's back, and you got Nico Collins. So let's ride. I think that's a really good 6. Your running backs are good. Damian Pierce, Devin Singletary. So that's what's promising, Henry, is that C.J. Stroud has all of this talent around him that is going to help him have a really good rookie season. I think Bleacher Report had like 16 touchdowns, 14 picks for his projection. I think he's going to be much better than that, quite frankly. If you support C.J. Stroud, you support the Texans, go get your Stroud jersey right now. Jotsports.com/Stroud on sale right now. Go and take advantage. That link is in the comments and the description of today's video. Go and get it by week one. Support our guy C.J. Stroud, Jotsports.com/Stroud. Matthew Corson with our next question. What pickup in free agency or the draft do you think will help us the most? Man, it's tough not to say C.J. Stroud. I mean, really, I think that he is just a huge upgrade at QB and is going to help you win a lot more games this year than you've won in years past. If I had to say free agent pick, or free agency pickup at least, I would say Dalton Schultz. I think Dalton Schultz is a weapon at tight end. He's the best tight end the Texans have had in a long time, maybe since Owen Daniels. So I think he's going to be fantastic. So draft, I'd say Stroud or Will Anderson, probably Stroud. And then for free agency, I would say Dalton Schultz. David Santana, will the Texans wear their red helmets more than one game this season? Man, I hope so, David. I hope they wear the red helmets. I hope they wear the red jerseys. They were hyping up maybe a new uniform. I don't know if that's going to happen or not this year, maybe next year. But I'm with you. They have got to wear the red unis, the red helmets a lot more. Should the red jerseys be permanent? I think a lot of us would type Y for yes, but chime in down in the comment section. Y for yes, in for no. Should the red jerseys be permanent? Go down in the comment section and let me know. Kristanova, how good do you think DeMeco can make the Texans defense with all the new tools that we have in year one? I think this defense is going to be solid. I still think that they can maybe add a few guys. I'm excited to see what the linebackers are going to do this year. Christian Harris in year two, I think he's going to have a breakout season. Showed a lot of promise in year one. You signed Denzel Perryman. You signed Corey Littleton. You draft Henry Toto. Those are probably your four best linebackers, and DeMeco, obviously one of the best to ever do it at the linebacker position in Houston. So I'm excited to see what he's going to do with that group. You look at the defensive line, Will Anderson's going to be great. I still think that defensive line can get a little bit better. Maybe they'll add a guy like Ndamukong Suh, Akeem Hicks, trade for Chase Young. I don't know. But this Texans defense is going to be much better than it was last season. So I think it's going to be really good, Kristanova. Really, really do. I think DeMeco is going to do a great job with this defense. You look at what he did in San Francisco. They had one of the best defenses in the league year in and year out. Landry's 4. Will the Texans get to be contenders to the Colts? I think the Texans are better than the Colts, Landry's. I really do. I think their roster's better. I think the offense is better. I think the defense is better. Shane Steichen was a decent hire. I think DeMeco Ryans was a better hire. I think DeMeco's the better coach. I think the Texans are going to have the better year. Anthony Richardson, we'll see what happens with him. I think he has some potential. But I think C.J. Stroud is going to have the much better season. Anthony Richardson, here's the difference between Anthony Richardson and C.J. Stroud. Stroud was actually good in college. You can't say the same about Richardson. Richardson's more of a project. When you compare the stats, there's no stat comparison. C.J. Stroud was a Heisman contender. Anthony Richardson won 6 games at Florida. So there's really no comparison to the two. I think the Texans are the far better team. I see the Colts winning 4 or 5 games this year. I think the Texans can win 8 or 9. The Texans are going to be the much better team. There's no doubt in my mind about that. Who's the better team? Type HOU or IND. The Colts or the Texans? Who is going to be the better team this season? No doubt in my mind that it's the Texans.